How do the useCallback hook and React.memo work? In the last lecture, you learned about memoization and how the useMemo hook works. In this lecture, you'll learn how the useCallback hook and React.memo work. In the last lecture, we also mentioned that useCallback is for memoizing function references. For React.memo, it lets you memoize a component to prevent it from unnecessary re-renders when its prop has not changed. Here's the basic syntax of the useCallback hook. And here's the basic syntax of React.memo. Let's look at an example of the useCallback hook. In the component, the effect runs anytime handle click changes because the handle click function is being recreated on every render. To fix this, you need to tell React to treat the handle click function as the same thing across renders by memoizing it with the useCallback hook, so it doesn't get recreated. Now, the handle click function is not being recreated on every render. To show you how the React.memo or memo higher order function works and the useCallback hook work in tandem, here's a counter component with a handle click function that needs useCallback but is currently not using it. This function also has a timer that alters the state of the component every second. This makes the component re-render every time the timer changes, making the handle click function get recreated on every render. That's why the handle click needs to be memoized with useCallback. Here's the counterChild component. This counterChild component takes an onClick prop, giving you the ability to also increment the counter from it. Since the counterChild component is a child of the counter component, it will also render any time the counter re-renders due to the changing timer. So the counterChild also needs to be memoized. Without memoization, here's how the two components are doing. That's not optimal, because as the component re-renders due to the timer updating every second, the counterChild component is also re-rendered. To prevent this, you need to memoize the child component with React.memo. Things do not work optimally yet, even after memoizing the counterChild with React.memo. This happens because the handle click function is being recreated on every render. So it also needs to be memoized with useCallback in order to tell React that you need the function to stay the same across renders. Now the component only re-renders when the count state changes.